Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Bo here, and I'm back with some more Truth and Fact Sports Talk. This is the Monday morning quarterback edition. Y'all know how we do. All right, shout out to the movement. Everybody's moving with us. Shout out to Three Kings Boxing, who over the weekend covered every goddamn possible thing there was to cover in the sport of boxing. It was crazy, man. Motherfuckers was running out of ink. They was writing so much. All right, joining me as always, mi madre, mi.
See? Look at that shit. You was
Mi
gonna say,
hermano
mi
de otro
hermano, no.
madre.
There you go.
Mi hermano de otra madre. Siempre cuando yo hablando como más rápido es incorrecto. All right, man. So my man Willie the Kid, who's one of the lead writers and co-founders of ThreeKingsBoxing.com, man. What's going on, Will?
Hey, much, man. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good, man. Monday, got a lot to be happy
You sound
about.
like it, man. You're a little too fucking happy for my taste on Monday.
Hey, man, what can I tell you, baby? You got some, you know what I'm saying? Some people took some hard L's over the weekend, man, and now they paying for it. They was talking a lot of stuff. They took some hard L's, baby, some hard ones. So let's start off with the probably least most interesting fight that took place. Tyson Fury, and I can't even pronounce that dude's name.
Deferred.
Yeah. That was a boring fight.
He has a boring name. He has a brother named Nuri. How you like them, man?
He has a what?
A brother named Nuri, who also boxes. That was I mean, what did you expect for a guy coming back from almost 3 years of inactivity?
Well, I didn't expect the fight. I didn't expect the fight in the stands to be more exciting than the one in the ring.
I did. It's Tyson Fury. The last time you saw Tyson Fury in the ring, he was fighting. People call it out to be. I still feel like he could make the heavyweight division a whole lot more interesting. You know what I mean? From my personal opinion, I think the champ, the former champ, has a long road back. But if he could get down, lose 30 pounds, man, maybe he could get some of that mobility he once had.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
you know,
from that point, that's all I can take away. I ain't take shit away from that fight.
Well, you know, if we being honest, Tyson Fury fights really aren't barn burners because he fights within the envelope that he has. He's
right.
You know what I'm saying, like he fights big, and that's just what you get from that. He's gonna fight big. If he's the bigger man, he's gonna fight big.
He should.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You can't knock him for that. I mean, shit.
Right, and when he was on the top of his game, like you said, he was from a skill standpoint. The man, I got to give it to him. The man was good.
Hey, how bad is Char? And you're probably going to ask me, why are you bringing up Char? You know, the one that your boy's going to face pretty soon.
Frezzo Kendo.
Yeah, Surfer Safari took charge of this. He ain't win,
but he just took him the distance.
Yeah.
And I think Fury stopped him in 4, right?
If you want to call it a stoppage, I mean, that was more like he hit me. How dare he hit me? I don't want to fight him.
Okay. And as usual, it wouldn't be a Tyson Fury fight without something crazy. The weigh in and then the kiss before the fight. It was a typical Tyson Fury, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on from that to the next fight, baby. Flanagan and Hooker. This was a surprise for me because I picked Flanagan to win because Hooker just doesn't impress me. But he wound up.
Everybody picked Flanagan, dog. Even Hooker's family and shit. I heard it was down in Vegas putting some big money on Flanagan.
Get the fuck out.
Nah, I made that shit up.
I know.
It sounded good and shit.
It did. It's actually believable. But yeah, so he won. But that was another. That wasn't a board. That was just an ugly fight to watch. That was really ugly. It was lots of headbutts and everything.
Yeah, it had some headbutts in there. Both guys were missing. Like they'll line up the guy, they'll have him in range and still miss the shot. even though the other guy didn't move his head. It was sloppy. It was it got a little exciting there towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Both men let their hands go in spurts. Flanagan is flat. Hooker going to the WBSS after this victory.
Yeah. He's going to the WBSS, and depending on what the matchup is, he could be the first casualty of losing his belt. I'll be honest with you, depending on what matchup he gets.
Rabbit teeth.
Say what?
Rabbit teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny was Hooker, you know, it is hard. It's surprising sometimes, and even hard, that you go overseas and in such a like you said, uneventful fight, and even a close fight at that you get the decision. So I give him props for that, but still, I wasn't impressed with what I saw. Like there were times he was flat-footed, very stationary. You know, I just wasn't impressed.
I can't disagree with you. I can't say, hey, man, give the man his credit. Yeah, I mean, he got the victory. Props to him. I think two judges had it. Flanagan 117, 111. Another judge had it 117, 111 for Hooker. It tells you what kind of fight it was. You know what I mean? But I had it 115, 113 for Hooker. It was. It was a flat fight. It was like, okay, if this shit wasn't in the afternoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that was the last fight I'm watching on a Saturday night, it might be no article on that because I fuck around fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm telling you. The only good thing is I give him credit for this too. He won, and he's entering the WBSS tournament. That's and not to knock him.
Yeah, this is how that worked out though. It's probably better that Hooker won because what were the chances of Flanagan entering the tournament?
I'm just going to say, because not to knock him and talk nothing about him, but Jose Ramirez, who's the WBC champion, did not enter or has not entered it yet. Right. So now you have 3 belts that are involved in this tournament now, which puts us one step closer to undisputed. Over
the weekend, Richard Schaefer came out and said they're hopeful that the U.S. TV deal's in place. And that they feel like they have an outside chance to now get Ramirez. I don't think they will, but that's what they're hoping.
I don't think they will either. But you know that tournament. See, the reason why I like a lot of people don't understand. The reason why I like the tournament is number one. If you get the right guys in there, now you got some of the top names on there, which means that whoever wins will come out with a good resume. As far as, and then the winnings of the money winnings, and then either undisputed or at least a certainty of who the man is, because you ain't got 4 guys holding 4 different belts. You got maybe 2 guys holding the belt. One guy might be holding 3, one guy holding 1.
Yeah, and this was slated to be like the most uneventful tournament out of the other side of the 2 that are coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you got the one at 118, obviously.
Yeah.
So this was slated to be, but now you have some intriguing matchups if you could get those matchups to line up correctly.
Exactly.
You have Josh Taylor basically suspected to announce this after he fights Victor Postol later on this.
Now he adds a totally different dimension.
That's what I'm saying. He adds a different vibe to the whole entire tournament.
Yes, he does. Just that one name is like, ooh, especially like you said, if he beats Victor Postol.
Right. He's not a champion, but he's on his way up there. He's 12-0 with 11 knockouts. He's on the fast track to a championship. It's rightfully so. He's 27 years old. So we shall see. Along with him, you have to think that the tournament will be between him and, assuming that he beats Victor Postol, which I expect him to. Him and Regis Prograis. So
yeah. That's gonna be the thing. And listen, everybody know. Listen, Regis is my guy, but because he was the favorite in my opinion. But with Josh Taylor, he kind of changes it, man. He changes a little bit.
Me and you talked about this yesterday a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like excited about the possibility. I mean, Josh Taylor, if you haven't seen I suggest you go to YouTube or any place where you find fights and watch this kid fight a couple of times, man. He's a problem. The boy got skills.
Yeah. Actually, the fight to watch is when he fought O'Hara Davies.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember that fight because there was a lot of people thought O'Hara Davies was going to win. And O'Hara thought he could punk Josh, and Josh straight, man. Josh gave it to him. That's the fight that made me a believer in Josh. I was like,
right,
okay.
no, I always believed in him. I think that was the fight where he showed you like, hey, there's levels to this, and I'm above the level of the one shooting.
Exactly. And then the next fight he had, he stopped the guy that never been stopped with a body shot.
Stopped before. Body shot. Boom.
Boom.
Hello.
Yeah. So, man, so much there, right there. So, all right, man, we got that covered. Probably talking more about the WBSS tournament than we did about the fight.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much to talk about. I mean, it was an uneventful fight.
Yeah.
Props to Hooker for getting the win and going in somebody else's backyard and getting a close split decision.
Right, and then, like I said, mad props to him for even entering that tournament because I'm with you. If Flanagan would have won, I doubt very seriously he would have entered that tournament.
There was very small chance that he would have. Actually, very slim. So
you know what? I will say this. It does seem like what Jose Ramirez, if Jose Ramirez don't enter the tournament, it kind of feels like he's trying to pull a Lucian Bute. Remember when Bute didn't enter that one tournament Andre Ward was in because he wanted to, like he was going to wait to see who win it and, you know what I'm saying, kind of do an easy picking fight. Like, all right, so whoever win, I'll fight them and I get all the belts. I'd have to go through the gauntlet.
I think it's more of a top rank thing.
Okay.
With the dates, they have a lot of dates to fill.
That is true too. That's very true.
They just picked up since ESPN started the new platform. You have over 30 dates you got to fill now. So
yeah, that's true. And then too, like you said, if I got a new champion, I got this new platform, and I can't guarantee that any of these fights will be on my platform, then no. I'm
gonna showcase my champion.
Yeah, and build my platform.
That shit out.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Right. Exactly. I can't argue with that. Really.
That's why I haven't been really tough on Ramirez because I'm like, oh.
Because from a business standpoint, it just makes sense.
Yes.
That's all. So I mean, I don't particularly like it because it keeps it from getting undisputed. But from a business standpoint, who knows? Maybe whoever comes out as the winner, they'll arrange a fight on that platform. So, all right. So next fight, man. So many damn fights. Charlo versus Austin Trout.
I can tell you what went wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Jermell could have gotten a decision and got the decision in this fight, right? It was a majority decision. But he could have stopped this guy. The only problem was, man, he wasn't setting anything up. He went in there loading up on his shots and loaded up on everything, every goddamn thing he threw. And it was, I could see Derek James in the corner looking at this shit, going crazy in his head. Like, what are you doing? He kept asking him in the corner, look, stop trying to load up, set up your shots. You don't have to throw everything hard. Like what we always say, set your opponent up. But he was trying to load up. He was trying to get, I think he was trying to prove a point, man. And
I was just going to say, I think he was trying to make a statement. That's what he wanted to do.
And it was the wrong guy to try to make a statement with.
Exactly. And to your point, Derek James was telling him in the corner, you got to set it up. You don't, listen, this guy is, he's crafty. So you got to set things up. And then the crazy part about it was when he did set something up, he dropped Trout twice.
See, I didn't even know that Derek James was actually saying that in the corner.
Yeah.
Because I watched it. I had to cover the other card. So I watched this fight yesterday morning or afternoon, and I skipped the 1 minute rounds, like the 1 minute in between rounds. Like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I can understand that. I drop a coach insane. Like, you did not do the things that we've been doing. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, you want to knock this guy the fuck out. Nah, man.
Yeah, but I think what he would. And I think he wanted to knock him out. That way he could say, well, Jarrett Hurd didn't knock him out. He just kind of, he quit in the corner because of whatever reason. It was a TKO instead of a KO, and that's what he was looking at. Then the pressures of his brother also fought Trout. So, he kind of I believe he kind of let things get to him that he probably shouldn't have been thinking about.
And Jarrett Hurd sent him a nice little message on social media. So.
Oh, yeah? What did he say to him?
Apparently, Jermell Charlo names these belts. As weird as that sounds. And he calls the WBC belt Sunlight or some shit like that. And Jarrett Hurd went on social media and said, "Sunlight, I'm coming. Daddy's coming." So I think you got something coming out either today or tomorrow on this. But we might actually get this matchup sooner rather than later.
Well, here's the thing. The thing about it is Jarrett Hurd is riding the wave right now, man. He beat Austin Trout and he beat Erislandy Lara. So he beat 2 back-to-back top opponents, and he's a unified champion. So, he ain't shying away on the confidence level either. And Charlo better be careful, because the thing about Hurd, like the reason why Hurd was more effective against Trout is because, like we talked about, he's more physical. So he was able to impose his will on Trout, tire him out, as to where Charlo was just trying to outbox him.
The thing is, right, like this fight comes down to one thing, right? We know Jarrett Hurd's gonna be right there to get hit, right? Can he take the shot from Charlo?
Right. It's gonna be a war of attrition.
Right, and on the other flip side, Charlo, I don't think has ever been with an opponent that's as physical and uses his weight and pushes opponents back like a Hurd. So it makes for an interesting matchup if they make it happen. Yeah. Hopefully they will, man.
Let me ask you this, because there were moments that just felt like Trout legs wasn't what they used to be.
I told you Trout was done.
Yeah, because he kept getting caught against the ropes. Now he got hit, and Trout is crafty. I thought there was one time when he hit Trout and he hurt him, but Trout's so crafty that he would do something to make you think he wasn't hurt. But I just really felt watching. I'm like, man, his legs. I mean, he had his moments. I give him that, but I just really felt like, man, his legs just aren't what they used to be no more.
I mean, I want Trout's team. Like, if I ever had like something that I'm competing in, I would get. I don't care if it's not boxing. I still get his team to represent me, because they'll give me the best fights available too. You know what I mean? Like these guys, man, look at the gauntlet this guy just went through. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's like, who hasn't Austin Trout fought?
Yeah, that's true. Austin Trout has fought Canelo Alvarez, Miguel Cotto, Erislandy Lara, both Charlo brothers, Jarrett Hurd.
Canelo.
Yeah, guess what? So if you look at the 154-pound division, he's fought everybody except Boo Boo Andrade, and that's because Boo Boo Andrade wasn't being active.
That's probably Boo Boo's fault.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's right. That ain't got nothing to do with Trout. That's more Boo Boo fault.
That's probably Boo Boo's fault, man. Like, I ain't even tripping up for that.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
I mean, yeah, man. You get old, and this is what happens. You like to see what a younger Trout could have done, but at the end of the day, Charlo got the victory. I think it was the right decision, and we move forward, man.
All right. Then, of course, we got Leo Santa Cruz fighting Abner Mares. Santa Cruz got his number, man. Santa Cruz got his number, man. He got his number, man.
Yeah, talking to you again yesterday, we talked about this shit. I think I mentioned that to you, that I told you, man, I just think Santa Cruz just beat him. Like, somebody asked me last week to give him how this fight was going to go. And this is what I said, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I was like, well, if Santa Cruz fights behind his jab, he wins this fight easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they get into a brawl, if they make it a brawling style where they're right in front of each other, letting their hands go, Santa Cruz still wins it. It'll just be a closer fight.
Perfect. You know what? That was the perfect analogy, because... And the thing about it was, there were times when it did turn into a brawl, and you can see it click in Santa Cruz's mind. Wait a minute, this really isn't what even though I can do this, not what I want. He would back out of it, and you could see it in his mind. Now, Abner Mares has a way of making Santa Cruz fight that fight. The problem is, like you said, Santa Cruz from a skill set, even if it turns into a brawl, is still a little bit faster and a little bit a little bit more mobiler, even if they get into that type of brawl than Abner Mares.
Is that even a word?
What?
Mobiler.
I just made it up. This is true.
Hey, that's some triple facts about that, folks. Shit, you got a point there. I just think he has the better punches on the inside as well, which is kind of weird because he's such a big, tall guy for that weight class. That he's always been an anomaly to me. Man, he showed up. I thought he did his thing. Though he had that fight, I agree with the judges. I had it 116, 112. So, Mares showed a lot of guts, a lot of heart, man. But sometimes you just run into that one guy, man, that no matter what you do, you're going to get in the ring with him and you're just going to lose. It doesn't matter, like, what, that I think that's what Santa Cruz is to Mares, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what, like you said, Shane Mosley had Forrest. You run into that guy, and Forrest even beat him in the amateurs. So you just got that guy that you like, man, this guy just got my number, and that was the fight. Entertaining fight, crowd pleasing fight. Some people say they want to see it again. I don't know. I think from a money standpoint, a third fight still would be good to me.
Yeah, I don't think that's the point though, because if you got a guy winning the first two, there's no need for a third.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need. I'm just saying from a financial standpoint, it's still a good. Still a good fight to make, but I'm with you. Like I mean, look, he beat him twice already. We know you got his number. Now I want to see you fight some of the bigger names, some of the other champions, which he has expressed interest in.
Yeah, he has mentioned Oscar Valdez, who won't be back. You obviously got the Gary Russell Jr. Fight there. I mean, Gary Russell Jr. might be the most elite fighter. The most complete fighter in that division at the moment, if you want to look at it from that point of view. Mm-hmm. He's probably the most talented. You still even got the appeal of a rubber match with Carl Frampton. Yeah, and I still think that he makes it an interesting fight with Gary Russell. I like Santa Cruz, man.
Well, yeah. I me. I've always been on Santa Cruz for a reason, for something that we ain't gonna talk about right now.
Oh shit! Let it go, man.
Yeah, I know. I got to now. The guy done vanished to him.
That motherfucker gonna show up with La Pinta, La Nina, La Santa Maria, whatever the hell. Let it go.
But yeah, man. So you're looking at Santa Cruz, and you know what too. And I know we said he has Abner Mares' number, but there was a certain maturity that I've seen in Santa Cruz in these last couple fights. And I mean, the Frampton fight and the two Marquez fight.
Second Frampton fight, right?
Say what now?
He showed you that in the second Frampton fight.
Yes, he did.
In the second Frampton fight, to be honest with you, he was being so disciplined that I was waiting for the moment when he stopped being disciplined. All right, now he'll go back to being the Santa Cruz I know, and forget about the game plan. And he never did. He never wavered from it. He did at times in this fight, but I felt like that was more like, oh, I know I can take this guy.
Exactly. That's what I felt too when he was doing it. I was like, this is more of a thing of he's like, hey, I know I can take him. So, but hey, good crowd pleasing fight, man. But I don't, from a financial standpoint, I can see a third one, but I really don't care for a third one. I want to see him fight one. I mean, now it's time. Like you got all these other divisions, making these fights where we getting unifications. Now it's time for this to happen at 126. So
right, if it don't happen, he probably won't blame Santa Cruz.
No. I won't blame him. I think he's
right now.
Yeah, I think he's ready. All right, last but not least, baby, the number one pound for pound guy, in my opinion. It's okay to disagree. Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn. Now, my man Willie, you covered this fight, so I'm gonna pass this to you, man. Tell us what you saw and tell us what you think of the 147-pound division now that Crawford is there.
Well, my my first thought is about the Hornet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the line I've been using all weekend. Bite like a butterfly, stings like a mosquito.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop. Pause. 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 Wait a minute. Stop. Pause. say that one more time, dog.
Bite like a butterfly, stings like a mosquito.
Wow.
Man, what can I say, man? Bills face the Bills, man. Terrence Crawford, most impressive guy. One of the most impressive guys I've seen in the man. I come out. It's a Floyd Mayweather. Okay, this guy can switch hit you with both hands. He could fight you orthodox. He could fight you southpaw. He came out southpaw in this fight. And the one thing that people expected was like, can Horn get on the inside and push him around? No, actually it was the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Horn got pushed around. Terrence Crawford beat him in the inside, mid-range, from the outside. In every aspect of the game, I always told you guys this, Jeff Horn has never been that good to me. He found lightning in the bottle when he faced Manny Pacquiao and squeaked by a victory. And it was only a matter of time before he lost his belt. And, man, he got ran out of there, man. I honestly, man, I was looking like, okay, maybe I could try to get him around. No, I couldn't even find one.
Somebody put something out there that had me laughing. I said, when I get on the show, I'm definitely going to say this. They said all that talking that Horn people did, and this boy didn't win one damn round.
That was me.
Okay, that was you. Okay.
That was me. I put that up in my group. Yeah, that's what pissed me off, man. You talking about they were complaining. This is what they do, bro. They just complain. The referee wasn't going to let him fight on the inside and hold and hit and all that other bullshit. Well, the ref let you do that, and you still lost.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that the gyms they were training at when they came here to America didn't have a air conditioning. Well, motherfucker, I've never been to a boxing gym with air conditioning. Dude,
stop. You know what? I'm glad you went there. Stop right there. I want to add, like, and I'm glad you mentioned, the only time I've ever gone to a gym that had an AC is when you go to a health club where they got everything. But a boxing gym, I've never been in a boxing gym that had AC.
I've never been in a boxing gym with air conditioning. And I wouldn't want an air conditioner in a boxing gym if I'm there to train and get into and reach my peak as far as my stamina goes. The best way to do that is to bust your ass in a hot ass gym.
Like the most, like you know what's funny is this. What I remember when I would be in the gym, they would have their door open with that fan. That was about it. That was about the best you got. Sometimes was the door open with the fan, and sometimes you didn't get that. It was like very rare days when it was super hot. They was open the door with the fan. But outside of that, dog, if you in this gym, you in this gym to bust your ass. You ain't there for no air conditioning. You want to cool off, drink some water, and step outside.
Yeah, sometimes you like even that, or sometimes like in between sparring sessions or whatever you were working on, you go and stand in front of the fan and shit, and it felt like heaven. So, but there's no air conditioning in the gyms. I don't know how they do in Australia, but in America we have no air conditioning in the gyms.
Well, my thing about it was he shouldn't even
even care.
They shouldn't even brought that up because from what I heard, I guess he was getting clowned on social media about that.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people were not pleased with that. I mean, these guys, man, all they did was whine, cry. They talk hella stuff. I mean, they said some stuff. They call for a power, a diva, all kinds of stuff, and then you can see it get your ass whooped.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a whooping. And one of the punches that Crawford was landing was when I was talking to 2K Prodigy Boxing, and I said, listen, Pacquiao never threw it, but Crawford will, which was that Horn is susceptible to the uppercut, and Crawford was throwing that damn uppercut.
Not only is he susceptible to the uppercut, but he lunges in. So if you take a step back, you're always going to catch him with the check hook.
Mm-hmm.
Check hook. And I mean, shit, he was catching him with that check hook. It was like, check, please. Like they was at dinner and shit, and he was trying to pick up the tab. He must have picked it up all night because, man, he just showed out.
Dude, Terrence Crawford fought that fight like Terrence Crawford.
Not only that, he also showed you that he can handle the weight.
Right, he can handle the weight. Then he also switched southpaw and beat this dude in the southpaw stance to be like, okay, you beat Manny Pacquiao southpaw. You can't beat me southpaw.
He started to fight southpaw.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he started to fight southpaw
right off the bat. Yeah.
Yep, and that just goes to show the versatility of him. But then on top of that, see, this is my thing was Terrence Crawford fought that fight like a dude like him does fight the fight, which is this is the motherfucker y'all thought could beat me. And that's how he fought that fight. He fought that fight like, this is the motherfucker y'all thought could be me? How dare y'all?
Yeah. I don't think nobody does that except for Australia.
Well, no, there's always people who felt that, because he beat Manny Pacquiao. Like, people really bought into the whole him beat Manny Pacquiao thing.
I didn't buy into that shit.
So they felt like, so.
I mean,
now that he was beating
the bill, man.
Right.
Terrence Crawford's like levels above Jeff Horn. Levels.
Yeah.
Levels like in multiple floors, stories. I mean, shit, you could go to the top of Jeff Horn could go to the top of the Empire State Building, and he still won't reach the talent of Terrence Crawford, man. That's how I feel, man. Like,
that's
I never
bogus,
been
man.
big on Jeff Horn. I always felt Jeff Horn was a C-class fighter at best.
The funny thing is Crawford's one of those fighters, right? That I could actually see the cornermen. I'm not going to say not necessarily have to doing a lot of work, but what I mean is you're probably repeating yourself because he's so focused and so disciplined that when he's like, you don't see too many flaws in there or something he's not doing that you worked on in the gym that you have to repeat to him, or or drill in his head, because he's so focused and his IQ. And you see it on display. He's so focused. His IQ is there. So, he's
a hell of a fighter. He can fight you inside, outside.
Yeah. He's a problem.
His movement. He's gonna be a problem for any welterweight.
Yeah, he's going any welterweight. So he just he made it hot, but he won.
One of my favorite welterweights who out of emoji out there on Twitter after the match.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It's definitely, man. So he won easily. Stopped him in the 9th round. Okay.
Yeah.
Stopped him. I mean, in the 9th round, pretty much beat him down. And I keep trying to tell people, man, guys like Crawford, they're dog. Like he got that dog in him, man. He's a dog. Like he's just not a dude that's gonna just like when you beat Crawford, that's a victory your ass and earned.
Yeah, he's not gonna lay down for anybody.
Yeah, you earned that victory. When you beat Terrence, if whoever beats Terrence Crawford, you earned that victory, goddamn.
Yeah, he's not.
And what's funny? Like the thing about him.
Back down from anybody.
No, and what I like about Crawford, and even that's why the whole imagination of the matchup of him and Errol Spence, and let me say imagination because we're hoping it happen, is both of these guys make it definitive who the winner is when they fight. There ain't no closeness. They make it definitive who the winner was. And when they done beating on you, they take shit out of you. So this is gonna be, man. I can't wait for them to get it.
There's some things that he did against Horn that he just won't be able to do against Spence. I mean, you could do them, but it'll be at your own peril, and vice versa. There's some things that Spence did against Brooks that he won't be able to do against Crawford.
Yeah.
And he could do them, but it'll be at his own peril.
Exactly.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. I sit down now and watch film. I know that really, really get into it and break it down. But, kudos to Terrence Crawford.
Man, so Crawford wins Crawford is the new WBO 147-pound champion. And
yeah, he's probably going to get Jose Benavidez next.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Jose Benavidez. Well, he has been barking at Terrence Crawford.
Well, they've been barking at each other.
And they've been barking at each other, but I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah,
again, true to Terrence Crawford form, I like when Terrence Crawford leaned over so the camera couldn't hear him say, well, come outside.
I don't per se like that. I mean, I like that because that's the way I would be, but I could do that. But like, you never know. I always say this, man. When I see two high-profile figures get into something like that, you never know what those other idiots around you could try to do to try to impress you.
That's true.
And it could lead to a really bad situation, and a situation you shouldn't have even been involved in. So, you know, it is what it is, man. It's just two guys trash talking. Benavidez, I give you about 0% shot to win this fight if it happens. I mean, minus 10% actually.
Yeah. Well, he got a fight coming up, doesn't he?
I think he fought already.
Okay, he fought already. Okay. All right. So I wanna I can't end the show without representing. I want to say something to my man Ugas out there. Ugas is out there talking about something. He wins his fight that puts him in line for Errol Spence. So, man
down.
I'm gonna leave that alone, man. You all.
Ugas, bro.
You can't let a brother have his dream, man.
Hey, Ugas, go watch The Last of the Mohicans, right? It said change the title. You're the last of the Cubans. Bro.
All right, man. Yo, all right, man. So we gonna this dude. All right, man. We gonna close out the show. Will is killing me over here, man. We gonna close out the show. My man Will, tell everybody they can find you at, man.
Yeah, you can find me at 3kingsboxing.com. Eastwood Sports Talk on YouTube. You can also find me on Block Talk Radio Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time with my man Steve-O Henderson, man. The Boxing Boomhauer, Four Corners Boxing Talk radio show, man. Check us out. And that's about it, man. Oh, you can find me here sometimes. We're slow, kicking it. The Cuban brother, that's why he cut me off with that Cuban statement.
Yep, that's what's up. Hey,
you can find me on social media following the shit out of these cats.
That's right.
I ain't talking about the fighters. I'm talking about my friends.
Yeah,
friends
that's
like
right.
Us. Who needs enemies, man?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you trying to get me the happy with that post yesterday. Nah, it ain't happening.
You saw that post I put up there?
Yeah, not today, Steve.
You talking about I plead the fifth. I said, oh, damn, newlywed, huh? You plead the fifth.
Yeah, man. I'm like, not today, Steve. What you doing over there? Mind your business, woman.
That's what's up, man. Of course, you guys know. Oh, you know what? Special shout out to Sam, our boy Sam Rivera, man. He was on the money, on point with the videos for us at Three Kings, man. So special shout out to you, man.
Yeah, he's always doing that.
Yeah, special shout out to him and
my video guy, man. I got the call for one, the biggest one. That shit. I think within a minute of me posting, it got over 1,000 views.
Man, and anytime you want to play some pool, I take you, bruh. I take you. Pool is a black man's game. Huh?
Sam was sending you home butt naked, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but of course, it's your man Bo here, Truth and Fact Sports Talk. And we talk everything. Over here now we talk all the sports. You guys know I covered the NBA Finals. The draft is going to be coming up. We got football season coming up. I'll even be talking some baseball. So, man, and then my man Will. I'm gonna get other guys to join me to come on here and man, we listen, man. We are just like these fighters. We showing our versatility too.
I got mad and I punched the black boy.
Yeah. Also, be looking out on Facebook. You will see the posts coming of all the fighters that I'm putting a hurt on over in New York. My fight night posts for the fighters I'm putting hurts on in New York, baby. Be on the lookout for that stuff.
Man. Fuck you in that, man.
All right, man. Thank everybody for being here, man. What a weekend of fights. For anybody that want to tell you boxing is dead, just refer to them to this weekend, all right?
Man, lots of love.
I'm telling you, man. So, all right, man, this is your man Bo, my man Willie the Kid, The Movement, and 3kingsboxing.com, man. On behalf of all of that, man, we are out.